What exactly happened when Hermes Gasparini and Devon Larratt arm wrestled once again after their super match? Was the result the same as the 2019 Hermes vs Matt Mask practice pull? Did Hermes realize that he can easily beat Devon? We will find out in this video. On Saturday, 26th of August, the arm wrestling world witnessed Devon Larratt's rise to the top. He overwhelmed Hermes Gasparini with his power and superior technique. But surprisingly, they arm wrestled for a substantial amount of time on the next day as well. Engin Terzi revealed this secret practice pull in his video yesterday. Engin said that he himself arm wrestled Devon Larratt. After that, he saw Devon arm wrestle with Brad Grundy, and after that with Evgeny Prudnik. And Devon may have arm wrestled even more arm wrestlers before he gripped up with Hermes Gasparini. So the next day, the morning, Hermes and Devon gripped up, and Hermes said that when they started with a cup, so in kind of a hook position, he was able to beat Devon relatively easily.
And he started like this. He was able to beat Devon. Easy.
And we saw some signs of that in the third round of Devon versus Hermes as well. When Hermes has that cup, he's unstoppable. But once they started fair with a straight wrist, just like a super match, Hermes still had nothing for Devon. His wrist was still going back even in the straps.
But Hermes said whenever the wrists were straight like this, Devon was again, taking his wrist, whenever it started. Hermes said that he was trying to pin him, he was still losing his wrist,
Hermes accepted his defeat. He acknowledged that Devon is the better arm wrestler and he needs to work on his game. He needs more cupping and more rise. And in fact, John Brezink also suggested the same to Hermes, that he needs to develop a cup like Levan Saginashvili. Let's hear what John said to Hermes.
You need the cupping strength of Levan. Yeah, it's possible. You can do it. You can do it. Really? It's not impossible. You can do it. You got years. You're young. You got the years on him. So eventually.
For his opponents, the problem with Devon is that he cannot be hooked and he cannot be top rolled as well if we look at it carefully. So even if Hermes adds a lot of cup and the match goes to straps, then Devon still has that king's move that is really difficult to overcome. So at this point, Devon doesn't really have any flaws in the game. That's why guys like Gennady Quickvinia were able to beat Devon because of that explosive flop press. Because Gennady didn't hook Devon, Gennady didn't top roll Devon. He found a third way which can be Devon's weakness. Hermes also acknowledged that in last 1 year or so, he worked too much on arm power and building overall strength, but not so much in the hand and wrist, which he is going to do now, as suggested by Devon Larratt himself. But the problem is that Hermes himself said a week ago that he doesn't think it is possible to gain too much in his wrist, especially when he's already at the elite level. But now, after being suggested by Devon and Engin, looks like Hermes has found new confidence and looks like he may be able to improve his game. But if I'm giving my honest opinion, there is a possibility that in a couple of years or maybe even 1 year, Hermes may be able to beat Devon, but that will have to be with a flop press and not with a top roll or a hook. In the end, Hermes said that it is better to have this loss and learn from it right now rather than losing to Devon 2 years later. He's a gladiator and I'm sure he's going to come back even stronger.